Hello, everybody. What we are going to do today is a little different format because I'm actually going to do something. You're not just going to look at me talking. We are going to be testing D&D's Nulzur's Marvelous Pigments Underdark paint set. I am going to be painting this little guy right here. Let's see, we get him up there. There you go. Pulling a bad looking club there. Get a little monster for our game. During the pandemic, like I'm sure a lot of people, we decided that we'll give Dungeons and Dragons a try. And we play every once in a while. We don't play as much as I would like, but everybody's busy now. We're not all in lockdown, so. But we still play. I like painting the minifigs. I've painted one. And I thought I'd paint another one just to give it a try and everything. Get all this stuff out of here and bring the paints that we got to choose from so we can take a look at them, get colors, make sure that we're shaking it all up as best we can, getting what we need. I'm definitely not going to be using all of these colors for this little guy. It'll more than likely be 3 or 4. Let's see, what do we got here? We got Succubus Red. What a lovely name. Okay, and then we got Fair's Purple. Okay. And we got a little Ancient Mummy. Ooh. Getting a little Egyptian on us and everything. And then we got Putrid Slime. Maybe we'll make his skin a putrid slime color or highlights from it. We got Sturge Tan. We got Underground Gray. We have got ourselves Rigid Leather. Maybe a good color for his tunic or something. And then we got Durgar Metal. We got Lich Blue, depending on how you pronounce it, and Xanathar Blue. I was going to say Xanthan Gum because that's what it looked like right off the bat. So we're going to take a look at this guy. He's got this weapon and everything else like that. It looks like it's wood. Got some spikes out of it. So we can definitely use the rigid leather. Even though you look at it, it looks like it's got green and brown in there. I don't know how long these things sit around before people buy them, but. And then underdark gray, maybe? Or the metal. The metal might be good for the accents on the club and everything else like that. We got it's kind of a ogre or an oversized goblin looking thing. Probably an ogre. So we could probably make him a putrid slime. Kind of looks like a greenish color, so I'll probably do that one. The tunic. Purple would always go good with the green. That. Maybe some Sturge Chan. See that? As I dropped the figure, he's got a little belt on. He's got a little strap going over the top. Got another strap holding on his little shoulder piece. Let's do the rigid leather. Let's get the gray. Should accent his eyes with the blue. Make him because he looks sad. I mean, you look at his face. He just looks like a sad guy. He's like, oh, like he doesn't want to do what he's got to do, but he has to, otherwise his master will kill him, or chop off a finger or something like that. Or he could do the Succubus Red and just make him look evil, but it looks so drudgy. I don't know. I think I'm going to stay away from the red and then get rid of the blue. It goes off to the side. Sturge Chan. accent bluish purple. And get rid of the purple. Another tan. A little bit of blue for the eyes. Set that off the side over there. A little bit of metal. Maybe gray. Maybe one of the two. Slime for the body. Tan for the tunic. Rigid leather for the straps. Okay, ship these things up. Ah! I threw it. Where did it go? I threw the paint and I have lost it. Oh, there it is. Gotta do a better job of my paint shaking, man. I'm throwing things around. Good thing there's nobody around to get hit, because I'm all alone painting figures by myself while everybody else is in their room playing video games, because that's what people do when they're bored. All right, shake these all up, make them really nice and everything else like that. And we're gonna do what we gotta do. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure these are shaken really well because they look super separated. All right, let's see. I'm gonna start with the green, I think. Putrid green. Oh, got a little bubble. It's got a little bubble on it. Okay. I'm going a little crazy. Get my phone brush loaded up. And let's do the first. Where should we start? Let's start on his arm. Okay. Kind of this sickly, yellowy, snotty color, which is cool. I mean, he's supposed to be a baddie, be a scourge, be something vile and grotesque, something that your character's going to want to fight against. But maybe with his soft, gentle eyes, I think twice of it, and you're like, oh, I don't want to. I want to make him my friend. He looks so sad. Maybe if his life situation was a little different, he wouldn't attack us. He would sit there and be our friend. And what we got is a different thing. And when you do this, I have found that when you're doing, because I'm not going to go all fancy on this because I don't have those skill levels yet. That's one of my favorite words, yet. Can't do it yet. It means that you're willing to try. And that is drawing really fast. It's already getting a kind of a techie feel to it. Put a little bit more paint. Trying to do a little bit at a time because I do not want to waste this. A little bit. Unfortunately, the perfectionist trying to get every part, even parts that we don't see. We're gonna sit there and go along and do this. And now he's got a putrid yellow. Oh no, I got it down on his tunic. It's okay. Paint over it. Get his chest kind of yellow color. That's why we do the skin first, because the straps are going to be a little easier There you get your face. Because then, if we screw up and everything else like that, then we can just sit there and color over it with the other color. Once these colors are dry, very important. Otherwise, you get this blended, muddy look. And that is not something you want to do. Oh, or maybe you do. Maybe you want to look a little grungier with your character, which is fine. Yeah. It might turn out like Bob Ross always said, it's happy little accidents. Maybe it'll turn out better than you thought by doing that. I'll just paint his little face. Try not to go too heavy because I will be... Oh, I should use the red for the inside of his mouth. Or the purple. Yeah, give him like a purple tongue. It'll really stand out against this yellowy green. Kind of would be fun, I think. Those ears. Put your tickle ear in it. Yeah. Let's see. Tell you what, this stuff dries like super, super fast. So you're gonna want to move quickly with it, especially if you clump it on like I do, because then you can end up with clumpy paint spots on it if you're not careful. Because I can already start to feel it getting a little tacky on the head. And I think it's only been about a minute. I'm not 100% sure. Not really keeping track of the time. I'm kind of focusing on this, trying to get the skin done. And I have found in my one other character minifig that I did that if you keep moving and keep cruising and everything else like that, you'll usually get the wrong thing. You'll usually get it done in a decent amount of time. Not like I'm going for any competitions or anything. I know that there's minifig competitions out there, and they get pretty intense. You got timed ones, nicest looking one, in like 3 hours or whatever else like that. I promise you, this is not going to be a 3 hour long video. I picked this guy for a reason. It's pretty basic, pretty easy. I'm not going to worry about his base because I have the desire to start like modeling up the base. I've seen some of these minifig guys like Squidmar and Tabletop Time. They're doing their minifigs with like grass or stone or pebbles or whatever else like that. That looks pretty cool. So I figured I want to start doing that. But to do that, it looks like I would need to get his junk in there. It looks like I'm going to need to get like a platform to either use a magnet, because I think that's what Jazza uses, or use hot glue, which I think maybe Squidmar uses, but I don't know. I haven't watched Squidmar in a little bit. It's been a hot minute since I've watched Squidmar, because he's really heavy into the 40K, and that's some expensive stuff, and I can't afford that, and nor do I play the game. And seems like the majority of the people who do that are doing it mostly for the models, not necessarily put you a little bit of a manicure, not necessarily for the game, which is fine. I mean, if you're a minifig painter and you get something that can be as elaborate as the 40K stuff, then that would be the way to go. His calf, real good. I don't have this weird pale gray spot. Make sure that I get his heels. There. There we go. Do a quick look over, make sure I didn't miss any spots, looking underneath the chin, because I want someone to be able to pick it up and go, oh, there's no spots missing. We got them all. He painted it very well. Man, it's already super tacky. And like I said, I'm not going super fancy on this thing. And it's good that this stuff dries up fast because you don't have to sit there and wait an hour and a half for it to dry and cure before you can move on to the next thing. All right, I'm going to call his skin good and everything. And I did not bring anything to clean off my brushes. So hold on, I'll be right back. All right, get something for clean off the paint, excess paint off the brush, because I do not want to ruin these brushes. Mostly because they're not mine; they're my son's. Because he was generous enough to loan them to me for this. He got a new set. And these are his old set, but still, you don't want to ruin other people's stuff. You want to be respectful for their stuff when they're borrowing it. When you borrow stuff. All right, now my hands are wet. Okay, let's see. Next thing we can work on while we wait for the skin to dry. Let's work on the club. Let's see. I'm gonna do the rigid leather because it looks brownish, and I think it's a wood club. I could use gray, and it was like a stone wood or something like that, but I'm feeling the rigid leather. And no bubble this time. Okay. I could use the same brush. Sure. There's particle on there. As I paint my hand with it. Now that is very close to the same color as the bristles on the brush. Okay. We should pick up our little friend here. Hold him by the base. And gently. Wow, that went on smooth. I highly recommend finding something like this to do as a hobby, because even though it might not look like it's relaxing, it definitely is. If you just put on a little bit of music and listen and just focus on this, you get quite into a Zen state. And it makes a huge difference in your life. Let's see. This stuff doesn't cover very heavy. It's almost a translucent brown. You can almost see the gray through it if you overbrush. Now, I'm also going to use this color for his straps, but I'm going to change brushes because I do not want to use this big old thick honky brush for such a delicate little area. I want to make sure that I don't overpaint because I don't want to paint the brown onto his skin by accident and then have to touch up the skin. So I'm going to clean off this brush. Alright, that's good. And I think we'll use this one. You can, let's see, hold it up to the camera. It's pretty light, pretty thin. You see up against my finger. It's a pretty thin brush. It almost fitted in the nozzle on the paint. If I had steadier hands. Yet another reason why I'm not a surgeon. No. Not the main reason, obviously. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe I could be a surgeon with a robot or something, and that could be a steady hands. But I'm kind of satisfied with what I'm doing. Could be worse. Also could be a lot better. But that's just my personal opinion. Oh man, glopped it. I got a little gloppy with it. It's not good. Oh my gosh, my hands are shaking like crazy. Okay, not too bad. As I pull one out of the screen, I'm gonna look over here. Put him up there, and he's got another little strap each under there, but I'm going to need to get a little bit more paint. And this little tiny brush, because it doesn't hold very much. There we go. And I'm going to pull this up, rest one finger on, and I'm going to very delicately try not to paint his skin and give him some odd moles with the brush. Not that he can't have moles, that would make him look a little bit more gross and disgusting, I think. But that's not the intention. And then, what was I going to do? A little brown. Yep, that skin is almost completely dry. With a little brown belt that goes all the way around. Kind of hides underneath the stomach though. And then, let's see. Yeah, that's good. Alright. I think that is good for the brown. Let's see. Clean this brush off. I think the next thing we will do is his tunic. We have another big section we can do. And when you're doing this, expect to get a little bit of paint on you. I mean, I'm going to look like I got really pretty nails at the end of this, I'm sure. But it's a common thing. You will often see, if you ever go into gaming shops where they sell these things, if you see regulars there, they will have stuff on their fingers, paint and stuff, and a lot of them they use their thumbs to test it out to see what it would look like. Okay, eyes, possibly weapon accent, shoulder piece. So yeah, I think the sturge tan was what we were going to use for the tunic. So open this up, go back to our big brush. It's nice and dry right now. Oh, that's already gloppy. It's glopped outside. Waste not, want nothing, alright? Alright. Let's get this tunic going. Start with his back, because that seems like the right thing to do. Yeah. This doesn't really look like tan to me. Looks like, I don't know. flesh of some kind, you know. This squishy. Go this way. Try not hit it on his skin, make it look like he had some weird skin disease that's causing him pink patches. Of course, could do that. Some like weird pink rash and make your characters afraid to even go near him to do any hand-to-hand combat. Like, I'm not touching him, look at that. Get your fighter that wants to grapple with a monk because he can't have any weapons. Look like he gets weaker. You're like, I'm not gonna grapple this guy. I'm not gonna 3-finger death punch him. I don't want to catch whatever he's got. Oh, man, got all muddied up with the belt. That's okay. It's okay. I'll be accidents. It's alright. I'm a happy little tree right here. I miss Bob Ross. I still watch his videos every once in a while. He was such a peaceful, calm guy. Should have started with the tunic, I think. I'm gonna have to paint over the belt. Overdo it. It's gonna be hard to do. I don't know. It's kind of a pinky colored. Maybe he just likes wearing pink and he's like, it's not pink, it's Sturge Tan. That way he doesn't get made fun of by the other ogres. And they're like, oh, look at Gronk is over there with a pink tunic on again. He's like, it's not pink, it's Sturge Tan. It's like guys are like, oh, he's wearing a pink dress shirt. And he's like, it's not pink, it's salmon. Who cares? If you like wearing it, wear it. It's a color. Does it mean anything? Think back in the day, a couple hundred years ago, pink was the color for baby boys. And it got switched over to being blue. I don't know what color it was for girls, but I remember hearing that pink was a color for baby boys back in the day, way back when, back in ancient times. I don't know what ancient times would be. 1800s, 1700s, somewhere around there. But they also used to put boys in dresses back then. That wasn't even that long ago either. You got pictures of Delano Roosevelt in a dress when he was a kid. That wasn't that long ago. Okay, let this dry a little bit. We gotta make our decision. I gotta shake up the succubus red because that's what I'm gonna color his tongue, because his mouth is open. So you might as well get the tongue painted and everything else like that. So we're going to put that off to the side. I think I'm going to try out the metal. If I like the looks of the metal on the club, then I'm going to put the metal on. I'm going to put the metal on the thing on his shoulder pad. Alright. Stop right here because we're running out of time. And then I got to start a new video because this is going on 30 minutes. So, Jurgar metal. We're going to use this stuff up. Putting it on the smallest brush I'm going to use today. Oh, bloop. I just blooped out. It's kind of a darky purple color. And I'm going to very, very carefully put it on here. And I don't know. It doesn't look very metal and everything else like that. It's kind of dark. It does have a nice shine to it though. Looks kind of like plate copper, if anybody's ever seen that. It's not the nice shiny polished copper that pennies, other tendency to look like. But I do not think I'm going to use this for his shoulder piece, because even though you can kind of see it, kind of see the shine that goes off of it, that's a little different from the wood. It's not quite the effect that I was hoping for, which is fine. You try things out, see what it turns out to be like, and if you don't like it, then you don't have to use it. And if you really don't like it, it's paint. You can paint over it. Perfectly fine with that, right? See, clean off my brush. Make sure not to ruin these little bristles on there. Last thing you want to do is have a splayed out brush and be like not being able to do fine work, which is what you have to do with these kind of things. Grab my other brush here, since the shoulder piece is a little bit on the bigger side. I'm going to try this underdark gray. Squeeze this on there. No bubbles, no plops. No plops. Weird. Okay. This almost looks like metal itself. I should have gotten me a little handle to put this on so I can hold it better. Is this even going to show up? It's just a slightly different color gray than the actual minifig itself. Which, I don't know. It's not working for me. I don't know if it necessarily even looks like I've painted anything. So this is weird. I guess if you pre-paint, because I mean, most of the higher level people, they put an undercoat. They usually get some of that spray paint and then they take it outside and coat it up and everything else like that, so they can get specific types of highlights or lowlights or shadowing or whatever else on their minifigs. But I live in an apartment and I can't just be going outside spray painting things, because it would not take much for this to overspray and have speckles put on someone's car. Okay, I don't know when, but the camera turned off. So hopefully you got that last section of me painting his shoulder pad. As you can see, his shoulder pad doesn't really look any different. The gray is the same as the model gray. And as I was saying, the higher end people spray and do an undercoat and spray it and everything else like that. And since I live in an apartment, I can't risk having overspray catching to the wind and speckle someone's car, because then that'll get me in some serious trouble. So I don't do that. But like I said, this is just a basic thing. I'm not trying to show you how awesome I am at painting minis and everything else. I'm trying to test this stuff out and tell you what I think of it and everything else like that. I'm thinking though that what I really want to do, let's see, what the metal, what is some other color? Maybe a little purple? Make them fancy. Put a little purple speckles on it to at least have an accent with the shoulder pad. Oh wait, guess it would be good if I shook this up, because if you look at the bottom, it's not fully mixed. Shaking it. Not really fully mixing. I don't even know if this has a little little BB or marble in there to help mix it. If it does, it would be great, but I don't think it does. So, and I know there's probably a bunch of painters out there that are like, no, don't do what you're doing. And there's nothing I can do about it. I am an extreme amateur. And you can't hate me on that. At least I'm trying something new, right? At least I'm trying. See, he's got all these little bumps on there. Gotta very lightly try to go over the top of them. At least it's going to match up. Kind of makes him look like he's got a lavendery gray shoulder piece. Put a little bit too much paint on my brush. I'm going to try to brush some of it away so it's not so heavy. Really, I'm just trying to accent the spikes while leaving the bottom mostly gray. If you can see, kind of makes this you can kind of see how it kind of makes the spikes pop a little bit better, so it's not so uniform and everything. All right, now I messed up on his skin. He got a little pink scourge underneath the tan. He's got a pink tan on his underarm. So I am going to touch that up. I'm pretty sure that's pretty dry. And a brush though. And maybe I should use that same brush since I seem to be going too heavy and overboard. Heavy-handed with my brushwork. So I don't know if you can see it or not underneath his arm. It's got a little bit of a pink armpit and everything. I don't like that. And his knees got a little bit of pink too. And it looks like I missed a toe. So I will get the smaller brush or the medium brush I've got. This stuff likes to bubble. Interesting. Let's see, which arm was it? There we go. Just kind of covering it up. I think I need a little bit more paint. Went too light. I'm never gonna learn my lesson. Always going to do things the hard way. That is just how I am. Doesn't actually look that bad when it's lightened up. It does look like he's got some sort of disease, which is cool. Maybe he's got some ogre leprosy or something. All right, arms fixed. I really should have gotten my holder. Makes a big difference. Picking him up. And stuff is clean. I'm trying to be delicate and not splooge out. I don't know if that's another word. Touch your toes. Touch your little toes. Alright, good. Skin is touched up. I only have two things left. His little eyes, which I will not be using this brush, and his mouth. This up. Let's see. Those eyes are super tiny. There's going to be tiny little itty bitty dots. Little itty bitty dots. Okay. Shake this up just a little bit. Oh my gosh. Just a little on the tip. See if I can get a little tiny scratch. There we go. Ah, look, I got a little bit. It's not so heavy. Then I'm gonna give him giant blue eyes. Let's see. Shake your hands. Little tiny blue eye. That one was successful. Blue eye with a little bit of a blue nose. Oh well, I'm not fixing that. That's fine. You can barely see it. You can see his little blue eye. Can't really see the other blue eye. But it's okay. His other eye's all squinty anyway, so can't see his blue eyes. The blue off of there because I don't want him to have a blue mixed with the red, you know. Okay. Mix this. Shake it just for funsies, just to make sure. Well, it's just swirling out. Okay. That looks good. Don't. Got his mouth. Almost looks like he's dripping blood. It's all a little lopsided. There we go. Pretty. He's got pretty red teeth. No teeth, just a bloody mouth. Probably from eating his enemies. Drinking their blood as a victor. Right. So, that is that. Clean up this brush. And this is what we got. It's a little pink tunic. I'll probably, once it's fully dry, I'll probably go over the belt again. But this video's gotten pretty long, so I'm not gonna have you watch me do all the stupid little touch-ups because I got sloppy with the tan that turned out to be pink, the sturge tan. Which if this is how you tan, then looks kind of like a sunburn. But you can see his pretty blue eyes. He's got a pretty pink skirt on. No, it's tan, I swear. He's got kind of a pink lavender highlighted shoulder piece. No, I'm tough, I swear I'm tough. I will show you by destroying my enemies. But, there we go. Okay, so, pluses. If you're into painting quickly, this stuff is really good. It dries relatively fast. It's faster than the other paints that I have used. Usually on the other paints I've had to wait a couple hours, and it ends up being in a full day because I get busy with other things and everything. It has a pretty good selection for the Underdark paint set. It's war paints, and it came with an exclusive miniature, but that was a complicated. You can see what the miniature looks like. That was more complicated than what I was willing to do with this. It comes with a little booklets in there and tips on how to paint and do stuff and everything else like that. Overall, these are really good paints. If you're into just doing some basic stuff and you want a starter kit for some baddies and stuff like that, or some really tough guys that are gonna like rue everybody's existence and everything else like that, definitely worth it. It wasn't that expensive. I believe it was $30. Don't remember if it was on sale or not. So definitely a thumbs up. I would definitely get this. It's D&D Nulzur's Marvelous Pigments Underdark paint set. Definitely worth a look at and everything. Even if you don't do D&D and you just want to try minifigure painting and you want to do something else, there's tons of tabletop games out there that have minifigs or that would use minifigs, and you can just cross them over. You can get D&D stuff. You can get 40K paint if you want to, but I would highly recommend trying this out. It was pretty fun. You do need to have specialty brushes. You can't just grab the brushes from your kids' Crayola water paint set, because that would just not work at all. But this was fun. Tell me if you like this in the comments. Give me some tips and advice on if you like this sort of thing. I kind of thought it was fun, showing you guys the process and how I go through things and test things and the processes. Only downside is the mixing, and you're definitely gonna want to have a palette cup to mix and put these things in, so you can just dip and not have to drop it on the brush like I did. Those are the downsides, but other than that, it was pretty nice. All right, so go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit that notification button. That'll let you know when all my videos come out. I'm trying to do a once a week thing, but sometimes it gets away from me and everything else like that. And I'm new to the editing, and sometimes that takes a little bit more time to do than I thought it was going to take. So you guys have a wonderful time. Love the comments that I've seen so far on previous videos and stuff like that. Check out my shorts when they come out. I do some lighthearted stuff and everything, would you rathers and riddles and stuff like that, and keep you updated on little stupid things that I'm thinking. All right, I will see you guys on the next video.